Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel once again. So today we are going to learn about chapter number 1 from the class 6th science subject. The title is Components of Food. So this textbook is not the newer one. Okay, this is not the new version, but yes, this textbook is nowadays using in the classes. So the chapter 1 is Components of Food. So in old textbooks, the chapter is having the name where the food came from. Just a minute. I'll tell you the exact title, which is in the old textbook. Yes, food, where does it come from? That was the old textbook first chapter, but the newer one, which has the first chapter, and you can also got this textbook on not on the NCRT website, but yes, you will get this on any other website, educational website, but this is the chapter 1, components of food. So here in lower classes we already made a list which we are eating, the food items, right? We also identified food items eaten in different parts of India and marked this on its map. Yes, we have done this in a 5th standard. So a meal could consist of chapati, dal and brinjal curry. Another may be rice, sambar, and a vegetable preparation of ladyfinger, that is bhindi. Yet another meal could be appam, fish curry, and vegetables. So we have here one activity number 1, where you have to put the region, that is your state, then item of grain, then item of dal or meat, vegetables and others. In this way you can fill this table. So after filling this table you will understand about, okay, what we will understand. Our meals usually have at least one item made up of some kind of grain. Other items could be dal or dish of meat and vegetables. Okay, if you are a non-vegetarian, it will be a meat, or if you are vegetarian, it will be a vegetables. It may also contain items like curd, buttermilk, and pickles. Some examples of meals from different regions are given in this table. Select food items, okay, and enter these in your table. Now, sometimes we may not really have all this variety in our meals. Not every day, right? If we are traveling, we may eat whatever is available on the way. It may not be possible for us sometimes to eat such a variety of items most of the time. So there must be some reason though why meals usually consist of a such distribution. Do you think that our body needs different kinds of food for some special purpose? Yes. So what do different food items contain? What they are having exactly? We know that each dish is usually made up of one or more ingredients, which we get that from plants or animals. These ingredients contain some components that are needed by our body. So these components are called nutrients. So here you have to understand what is nutrient. Nutrients, such components are there in the food which are useful for our body. So the major nutrients in our body are named as carbohydrates, proteins, fats, vitamins and minerals. In addition, food contains dietary fibers and water. Dietary fibers are also called as roughage, okay, which are also needed for our body. Do all food contain all these nutrients? With some simple methods, we can taste whether cooked food or a raw ingredient contains one or more these nutrients. The taste for presence of carbohydrates, proteins and fats are simpler to do as compared to the taste for other nutrients. So let us do these tests and record all the observation in table number 1.2. So here, for carrying out these tests, you will need solutions of iodine. Okay, you should have solutions of iodine, copper sulfate and caustic soda, and you will also need a few test tubes and droppers. So try these tests on cooked food items as well as raw materials, and table 1.2 shows you a way to record the observations from these tests. Some food items are given in this table and you can conduct the test either with these or any other available food items. So do these tests carefully and do not try to eat or taste any chemicals which are not good for your health. So here we are having the table. They have given food item and what means for which we are taking this test, for which nutrients they have given. So already they have given the raw potato food item. Starch is present in raw potato. We will understand that taste. Then in a milk, protein is present, they are showing here in the table, and in groundnut fat is present. So let's understand the test for starch. So before that they have given about the carbohydrates. Okay. So if the required solutions are not available in ready-made form, your teacher can prepare them as given in the box. So let us begin by testing different food items to see if they contain carbohydrates. So first of all, there are many types of carbohydrate. Carbohydrate is not a one type of nutrient. It has again type of carbohydrates. The main carbohydrate found in our food are in the form of starch and sugars. So we can say starch is a form of carbohydrate and even sugar is a form of carbohydrate. So we can easily test if a food contains starch by using this table they have given for the starch. For that, how you can make the solution of iodine here. A dilute solution of iodine can be prepared by adding a few drops of tincture iodine to a test tube half filled with water. So what you have to do, you have to take a dilute solution of iodine. When you want to make a dilute solution of iodine, so you have to take few drops of tincture iodine in a test tube and just fill that test tube with half filled water. Okay. The next one is copper sulfate solution can be prepared by dissolving. For making copper sulfate solution, you have to take 2 gram of copper sulfate in 100 milliliter of water. So you can make copper sulfate solution. Now the third one, 10 gram of caustic soda dissolved in 100 ml of water makes this required solution of caustic soda. So here we are having, after making these all these solutions, we are having the first test, that is for starch. Take a small quantity of food item or a raw ingredient. Put 2 to 3 drops of dilute solution on it. Okay, you can see the picture. Observe if there is any change in color of the food item. So did it turn blue-black? A blue-black color indicates that it contains starch. Yes, we can see here in the plate. Okay, so the potato where they are putting the iodine solution, that part becomes blue-black. It means it is showing the starch, presence of starch. So repeat this test of with the other food items to find out which of these contain starch and enter all observation in table number 1.2. Now, test for protein. Take a small quantity of a food item for testing. If the food you want to test is a solid, you first need to make a paste or a powder. So, when you are doing the test for protein, if your food item is in solid form, suppose that is groundnut, so for that purpose, for that taking the taste of protein, you have to either paste, you have to make a paste or just make a powder of the groundnut, so you can do the taste. So grind or mash a small quantity of a food item, put some of this in a clean test tube, add 10 drops of water to it and shake it. How you can make the solution for the taste. Now using a dropper, add 2 drops of solution of copper sulfate and 10 drops of solution of caustic soda to the test tube. Shake well and shake well. Then let the test tube stand for a few minutes. What do you see? Did the contents of the test tube turn violet? Okay, a violet color indicates the presence of protein in the food item. Okay. Here, for the taste of protein, what you have to see, the color of the food item. When it turns a violet color, that means they shows the presence of proteins. So now you can repeat this test for another food item. Now taste for fats. Take a small quantity of a food item, wrap it in a piece of paper and crush it. Just imagine you are taking the groundnut, okay, and you are just wrapping it with a piece of paper and crushed it. So take care that the paper does not tear. Okay, so now straighten the paper and observe it carefully. What you can see? You can see a oily patch on it. Yes. Hold the paper against the light. Are you able to see the light faintly? That patch becomes transparent. Means an oily patch on paper shows that the food item contains fat. The food items may sometimes contain a little water. Therefore, after you have rubbed an item on paper, let the paper dry for a while. If there were any water that may have come from the food, it would dry up after some time. If no oily patch shows up after this, the food item does not contain any fat. So, what do these tests show? Are fats, proteins, and starch present in all the food items that you tested? Does a food item contain more than one nutrient? Do you find any food that item that does not contain any of these nutrients? So when we tested for these three nutrients, right, which are those carbohydrate, protein and fats. But what about other nutrients, which are vitamins, minerals, that are present in different food items? Why do we need all these food items, all these nutrients? So for that we will do that part in our next video, because if I continue the video will be longer. So we will stop here with all these nutrients. We are having major nutrient, that is carbohydrate, fats and proteins, and minor nutrients, that is vitamins and minerals. We will understand in our next video. If you like this video, share and subscribe my channel for more such videos. Thanks for watching.